which teach them the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good evening, everyone. Let me know if you're seeing me clearly. Let me know if you're hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to this. I'm not even sure. Update. Many things happening in and around Jamaica at this time. Many persons are concerned. Many persons are curious. Many persons want to know what is going on. So I will try as best as possible to bridge that gap and to provide you with the most up-to-date and credible information about the developments surrounding Jamaica land we love at this point in time. The breaking news is that the country would have been affected by a major earthquake. A magnitude 7.7 earthquake is a major earthquake. But there's no two ways about that. As a teacher of geography, I can tell you that was that earthquake's epicenter on land, and for the duration and time in which the earth shook, Jamaica at this point in time would be in a very bad state. But even on a bad day, God is good, and we have been spared yet again. I am not entirely sure as to the fallout locally from the quake. The Ministry of Local Government and ODPEM has said that there has been structural damage to some buildings in Hanover. Hanover was the closest parish to the epicenter, which was some 134 to 38 kilometers offshore Lucy. So it would have been 134 kilometers northwest or northwest of Lucy. But God is good even on a bad day, as I said. First and foremost, for the persons who are in the stream, welcome. For the persons who are here for the first time, welcome. For the people who are used to the streaming thing, big up on yourself. Zane, I am very grateful for the persons who are contributing for your super chat. Lawful, big up yourself, and J Brooks, manners and respect, you know. So let's share some of the information as exists. It's currently available at this point in time. So I was at work, and approximately 2:10 p.m. thereabout, I was actually sitting down speaking to Scotty. She was right beside me, and I started feeling the tremor. I said to them that you don't feel the earthquake. Quick and fast, Scotty disappeared under some decks and thing. We calmly went outside to monitor what was happening on the ground. Went back inside the staff room. The place was still shaking. So the duration of the quake was very long, and I was a bit taken aback though, because when I initially felt the quake, my estimation was somewhere in the region of 5 point something. It has turned out to be a massive earthquake in terms of magnitude and on the Richter scale. So we're going to share a few of the details as we know them to be at this point in time. It says 7.7 magnitude earthquake, some 117 kilometers northwest of Lucy in Jamaica. Hazardous tsunami waves possible within 300 kilometers or 186 miles from the epicenter. So the epicenter would have occurred to the northwest of Lucy, as we said. And geographically speaking, I am of the view that the quake might have been generated somewhere. So the epicenter is where the quake energy reaches the surface first. So my estimation is that some tectonic activity within the Cayman Trench, the Cayman Ridge, I should say, may have been responsible. I'm not sure. It says magnitude 7.7 earthquake rocks Jamaica. So a strong earthquake. This is not a strong earthquake for this person writing this article. This is a massive, major earthquake. Rock Jamaica in mid-afternoon on Tuesday. So the quake said to have been measured at 7.7 on the Richter scale sent shock waves across many areas, including sections of the corporate area in Kingston. So a number of corporate entities quickly went into evacuation mode as part of their procedures for such eventualities. And there is so far no report of any damage from the earthquake. And a tsunami warning has been issued. Yeah? That is the situation. So I said I was at work. So immediately, the earthquake drill was effected. Funny enough, we should have conducted the drill last week, and on 2 occasions it was rescheduled. And I suppose it never happened, but the children and staff were in tune on what to do, and it was not bad in all honesty. So far, there have been no reports of any death or injuries in Jamaica. As I said, the Ministry of Local Government has released information via ODPEM that there has been some structural damage to some buildings in Lucy, Hanover. Jodian, how are you? Seen some people, I say long time. Good evening, Miss Clark. How are you? So now the tsunami warning has been issued, and the tsunami warning, this is the graph. So the areas that are in yellow, let me see if I can remember off the top of my head. Let me see if I can find the key. See? So the areas in yellow are expected to receive waves of 0.3 to 1 meters or 3 feet in height, and Jamaica is on that list. So if you see where the star is right there, that is where the epicenter of the earthquake would have been located, and Jamaica, not being very far away from that area geographically, was affected. The situation in Cayman, I think Cayman might be the country that was most significantly affected, and there are many pictures about showing the situation in Cayman. I will share a few of them with you now. So we're seeing pictures in Cayman where the ground has faulted. See, in some cases it look like a condition I would call liquefaction would have occurred, where the ground starts to behave like a liquid. There are evidence of that, so that is how powerful the shock waves that affected Cayman were. These are again pictures of the damage. Here again in Cayman, this is where I'm saying there are signs of liquefaction occurring, where the tremor is so strong and the shock waves are so strong that the soil, the earth, starts to behave like a liquid. We're seeing where cars were damaged in parking lots. That is how some of the pictures that are currently coming out of Cayman. I am hearing that there are issues where buildings might have collapsed on people in Cayman. I sincerely hope that there will be no loss of lives and that the injured persons will be in the minority. We sincerely hope for that. Also, I'm not certain what is the situation the possible tsunami waves and Cayman. You know, Cayman is relatively flat, a relatively small country, and as such, any tsunami waves might have possibly disastrous effects on the island. So I'm hoping, I'm praying that the situation in Cayman as we speak is not as bad as it might be. If there's anybody watching from Cayman, let me know. I can probably take a call and we'll see if we can get a situation of what is happening on the ground in the Cayman Islands. So again, as you can see there, so Jamaica is due south of the eastern end of Cuba here. The red dot is showing you the epicenter zone, and I think that blue and green dot there is showing you the situation where Cayman is located. So it is not the best news, but in all honesty, based on the magnitude of the earthquake, Shana official is in Cayman is saying it is okay. What is the situation with injuries or possible loss of lives, my friend? And added to that, what is the situation with possible tsunami waves at this point in time? So I would appreciate that information. So people, that is the situation as is at the moment. The earthquake would have occurred, and I have said here before that Jamaica is due for a major earthquake, and I'm not saying that to say we would deserve to get an earthquake, but as a teacher of geography, earthquake is something that I teach, something that I have a fair understanding of, and experts will tell you that major earthquakes are due every 100 years, every century. The last major earthquake we had in Jamaica was the 1907 Kingston earthquake. So it means that we are due. This might have been it, it might not. Yeah? The situation is that we live in a tectonically active region where there are five? I think there are 5 plates around the Caribbean plate, and all of those interact with the Caribbean plate some way, somehow. So it means that tectonically we are in a very active zone. So earthquake is always a possibility. Give me a minute. Yes, there. Yeah. Must stream in. Yes. But Malcolm, I'm coming. Yes, peeps. So that is the situation. The tsunami situation again. So we're monitoring that. The waves, projected waves, are not estimated to be major. Maximum height is in the region of 3 feet. That is not really and truly great, but in some areas that are low lying or even below sea level, peace. I'm gonna let you in the missus, cause she look like I don't know what she do with her key. Marco, my son forward. Don't leave.
What we do here is go back.
Yeah, peeps. We don't know what the thing goes. So we do a look at geo class quick and fast and get it out of the way. So as I was saying earlier, is that the Caribbean plate is surrounded by a number of plates. You have the North American plate, which would be north, as it says, North American plate. You have the South American plate, which would be south. Well, it would be southeast. The North American plate would be north and northeast. And you have the Nazca plate and the Cocos plate. So it's 4 plates that are adjacent to the Caribbean plates. All of those plates have created what we call plate boundaries or plate margins along the edge of the Caribbean plate. So whether either you have convergence, you have divergence, or you have transcurrents or neutral plate boundaries being formed. Wherever it is, the one that we are closest to is a transform plate boundary, where the North American plate is slowly sliding along the northern edge of the Caribbean plate. You know, this is not a smooth thing. So the plates are rigid. So over time, they will become stuck. See, one plate want to go this way, one want to go this way. So pressure is built up. Over time, that pressure becomes so great, and it may be suddenly released, triggering vibrations in the Earth's crust that we call. I do not know which of the plate boundary is responsible for this one, but if I was to guess, it would be possibly along the plate boundary created between the Caribbean and North American plate. Right? Out where Cayman is, there you have the Cayman Ridge. So there is divergence occurring out there. I am not sure if it was a tension fault that caused it. I'm not sure. As I say, I will get the information as we go along and them something there. But the situation is that the Caribbean is under tsunami warning, and waves are expected to reach the coastline of some of these islands and country, because even Central American countries felt shock waves from the earthquake. Places as far as Honduras were affected. So this was as I said, Peace, it was a major earthquake. Yeah. Turkey also had an earthquake on Friday, as LA London is saying, where the death toll at this point in time is 29. So we still have to give thanks at this point. We have no reports of any death or deaths for that matter. So Tony Shea said, always teach you. You know what I think, Miss Dinam? Zane, so the situation in Turkey is grave. So even though we were affected by an earthquake, there has not been any reports of any deaths at this point in time. So we are thankful for that. And you know, we say, even on a bad day, God is good. So the epicenter was located off the northwest coast of the island. Let me see if I can give you the exact location. So it says Tuesday afternoon's quake was centered at 139 kilometers or 86 miles northwest of Montego Bay in Jamaica, and 140 kilometers or 87 miles west-southwest of Niquero in Cuba, and it hit at approximately 2:10 p.m. or 1910 Greenwich Meridian time, and the epicenter was a relatively shallow 10 kilometers or 6 miles beneath the surface. So it wasn't a really deep focus earthquake, but it was a major earthquake. Just to put this in context, the Asian earthquake of 2010, I think, measured 7.0 on the Richter scale. Zane, so this earthquake is many times more powerful than the Asian earthquake. Zane, but the good thing is that the epicenter was on the seafloor, and as such, it did not do as much damage as it might have done if the epicenter was on land. However, with an earthquake with its epicenter on the seafloor so strong, the possibility for tsunamis was always going to be high, and as such, a tsunami warning is in effect. And it's estimated that waves between height 0.3 to 1 meters, which is about 3 feet high, may affect the coastline of many Caribbean nations. They had said the initial estimated time was that waves higher than usual would start to hit Jamaica's coastline somewhere about 3:20 p.m. I have not received any reports as yet as to that happening. And we'll see. VK World Boss says signs and wonders. I mean, these things have been happening from time immemorial in a family. You understand? So I don't know that there are signs and wonders. Earthquakes have been happening a long time. Earthquakes will continue to happen based on the geology and geography of the Earth's structure. And an earthquake or volcanic eruption out at sea will always possibly trigger a tsunami. So I'm not sure about the sign and wonders part still. As I said, what I'm thankful about is that so far there has not been any reports that any lives has been lost. How long does a tsunami last? It depends, because tsunamis can last for hours upon hours. Because what happens, so the sea is generally, what you call that now? In a state of balance. Zane? So the earthquake, whether it is a thrust fault or it is a strike slip fault or whatever it is, will cause some disturbance to the water in the ocean. So what the ocean does, it spends hours now trying to reestablish that balance. So the to and froing of the waves along the coast, giant waves, we call them tsunamis. So it can take hours for the tsunami to stop. And tsunami waves can be minutes apart or hours apart. And tsunamis can take hours before the waves actually reach it, depending on where you are located. So what a tsunami is just the sea itself that would have been disturbed. For example, if you have an earthquake where you have vertical displacement of the seafloor. So this is the sea level, as this is the seafloor as is. But the earthquake can cause this to happen. Boom. So you have vertical displacement of the Earth's crust. So what happened now is that all the water here, the green screen I messed up. All the water here just simply slumped down with the vertical displacement. That is why if you're along the coast, you will have what we call a negative wave. So you're at the beach. So the earthquake could have occurred hundreds of miles away. You may not feel it. But you're at the beach and you're swimming, and all the water that you're swimming in is going away from you. That is what we call a negative wave. So because there's some form of disturbance out at sea, the water along the coast is pulled away. Zane? Eventually, that water will return in a serious fashion. And it can take hours upon hours for the sea to reestablish that balance that would have been disturbed as a result of the earthquake. So I can't say that it would be a few hours, or I can't say it would be a few minutes. It all depends on the type of displacement that occurred, it all depends on a number of things. Yeah, but as I said, thank God that the prediction or projection of wave height is 3 feet. I mean, 3 feet don't seem great, but it's not really insignificant either, because you have many places around the Caribbean whose coastline is at sea level. So a 3 feet rise in the sea in waves will cause possible coastal flooding. Yeah, so it all depends. So we watch and see. We're watching and seeing and what is going on. Again, my friend from who is in the Cayman at this point in time is saying there's some calm currently. I do not know what the rest of the island is currently experiencing. As I said, I would have shared with you pictures that were taken in the Cayman where roadways would have been faulted, massive faults, which are cracks or fractures in the earth's crust, would have emerged. We're seeing areas where it appeared or appears that liquefaction occurred. Liquefaction is a situation where vibrations are so great that the earth's crust starts to behave like a liquid. So these are signs of that. Here's a clearer picture of that. Suppose if I did CXC geography, you would have been familiar with that term. For the persons who are not, hopefully the explanation helps. So these are pictures coming out of the Cayman Islands as we speak. We sincerely hope that when this is all said and done and this is over, there would have been no loss of lives in the Cayman Islands. You all right, Teach? Yeah, no, Sister Fan, my good man. As I said, I would have felt the quake. It would have lasted for an eternity, in all honesty. And I can only imagine if this earthquake's epicenter was on land and it shook for so long, the damage that would have occurred in Jamaica or whichever other island that would have been affected if the epicenter was on land, it would have been catastrophic. I can tell you that. Yes, structurally Jamaican buildings are not the worst in the world, but a magnitude 7.7 earthquake can cause destruction to any form of structure if the tremor lasts a long time. Because sometimes it's not even the magnitude of the tremor itself or the intensity of the tremor, but it is the duration, because we keep on shaking something for a long time, and it depends on the type of waves. Because during an earthquake you have different waves. Teach, no fatalities, not at this point in time, Chat Patwa. During an earthquake you have different waves. You have body waves which travels through the earth's crust. See? So you have longitudinal and latitudinal waves. See? But on the surface you have what we call surface wave. See? You have a love wave which moves from side to side, right? So that's a love wave. And you have a rally wave that moves up, forward, down and back, so almost in a circle. So imagine the tremor is a rally wave and your properties shoved up, push forward, pull back down, pull back, and it continues for a few seconds or a minute. While you may have a love wave where your property keeps rocking from side to side for a long time. So it all depends. This earthquake thing is a beautiful thing in terms of the science of it and understanding how it works, but it's a very violent and destructive thing in reality. Yeah, Neil Judge said if I felt it, all of it, my friend, that would have affected where I was. Yeah, because actually where I was the first person who declared that there was an earthquake, because I was sitting there and, you know, I have felt earthquakes before, not major earthquakes, but I have felt so I knew what was going on. The fans, they were not rotating, so they never on, and they were swaying and stuff, and we know what was going on, yeah? And I know that your greatest friend during an earthquake is your ability to remain calm. The moment you start to panic is the moment you start to give away your life. The teachers who were around me, as I said, they were all females at the time, and they would have taken precautionary action. They would have placed themselves under their desks, some of them very quickly, and as I said, I would have very calmly exited the staff room for a couple of reasons. Zane, one was for safety purposes, because you know that whatever parents say go. Where's she there? She there watch you somewhere. Zane, Zane, for safety purposes and also to observe what was going on. Zane, because we have been teaching this for a long time, so we know the do's and the don'ts and stuff and things. So we went outside to monitor what was going on, or to observe what was going on. Went back in the staff room, it was still shaking, and I said, but the ladies were very calm. I must say credit. So Miss Perrin, big up yourself, you did calm. Zane, you have taught me a lot, no doubt. Blessings, Empress of. So that is the situation. Read that. The tsunami warning, we are still watching, because I said the tsunami waves can't keep. We are right here. Yeah, when I write my plans them, big up, I have to love on you, man. Yeah, that's what I say, because I need to go write out a couple out on the book of morning quick and fast, and before I get them to Mr. Holness, like, I don't know. Zane, I don't even remember what I said. The tsunami watch warning is still on. We are monitoring that, because as I said earlier, tsunami waves can keep coming for hours upon hours, and the tsunami wave don't always reach immediately after the earthquake. It depends on the epicenter, and it depends on how far you are from the epicenter of the earthquake. So it can take minutes, it can take hours sometimes, and the waves can last for hours upon hours until there is a balance that is restored in the ocean. So the tsunami is just the ocean's way of trying to create balance that was disturbed. So whatever type of fault line would have caused the earthquake, whatever type of fault, Zane, it would have caused disturbance. And the tsunami now, because there's a disturbance, it is a sea's way of trying to balance itself. So that balance may take hours upon hours because of the volume of water that is involved. Yeah? So, again, it is awesome that with such a major earthquake, the epicenter was offshore, and it being offshore, the tsunami was always possible. But that tsunami, the projections are that the maximum wave height that will affect areas like Jamaica will be in the region, of 0.3 to 1 meters, or 3 feet high. So the areas that are in yellow are the areas that are expecting waves in the region of 0.3 to 1 meters, and the areas in green would be areas receiving wave height that are lower or below 1 meter. So even on a bad day, God is good, as we say. Where is our highest point in Portmore? The highest point in Portmore would be up in Elsha Hills, somewhere up in Elsha. So the reality is that Portmore is a relatively flat place apart from the Elsha Hills. As far as I know, somewhere around the Elsha section, so you have the air up where them go run pan one hill up there, so plus some of the hills them in Elsha that are not currently inhabited. So those are some of the areas that would be places if you're in Portmore where you could see refuge. But as is now, the projection and predictions are not dire for the tsunami. But the reality is that some areas in Jamaica and around the Caribbean are at sea level, and there are places in the Caribbean that are below sea level. So any increase in wave height, Zane, will influence the coastline in a negative way. So as I said, we are hoping that when this is all... Yo, what about Portland? I am not hearing... And Portland is on the eastern side of the island. The greatest intensity of the earthquake was felt on the western and central, in the western and central areas of the island. So as far as I know, I don't know how strong the waves were, the energy was in Portland. I have not heard anything. But Portland have many places where you can take with yourself if tsunamis. And tsunamis can affect the entire island because of the size of the island, and eventually the waves will wrap around the coastline and stuff. But thankfully, the projection is not dire. So that is the situation the tsunami warning. That's the situation the earthquake, as I said, based on preliminary reports. The Ministry of Local Government, through the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, have confirmed that there has been structural damage to some buildings in Hanover. I am suspecting that might also be the case in parts of St. James, being that those parishes were the closest to the earthquake in terms of epicenter. So we're watching and seeing. There has been no reports of any injuries. There have been no reports of any loss of lives. I can understand that some students, especially in primary schools and basic schools, may have been startled, and there may have been a situation where they were frightened and such. As a matter of fact, when the tremor stopped, at more than a half of my geography fifth form class, them come find me. Like, me have to ask me if they want to turn off the earthquake. Like, sir, I said, well, at least you knew what to do. So it was a good vibe, and they asked some questions and well, a reason and such. So it was a teaching moment as well. TD, they dismissed school due to the earthquake. No, because when the quake shook at my place of work, it was moving into, it was in the final session of the day. So lower school would have been, which is 79, would have been dismissed at 3:30. So the earthquake would have struck somewhere about 2:10 thereabout. So they would have assembled at one of the assembly points. Persons would have checked them off, their form teachers and such, and then eventually, after all was deemed to be okay, they would have moved to their homes and to other things that they would probably do after school. So school was not dismissed where I work. Yeah. So that is the situation, peeps. God is good even on a bad day. We can't overemphasize that. And just for the persons who are just coming in, let me just give you a quick synopsis again of the situation. Magnitude 7.7 earthquake. And as I said, by all stretch of the imagination, by all parameters and guidelines, that is a major earthquake. Yeah? And the epicenter was located 136 to 139 kilometers or 86 miles northwest of Montego Bay in St. James. In some reports were saying of Lucy and Nova, which is neither here nor there really and truly. And also 87 miles or 140 kilometers southwest of Niquero in Cuba. It would have occurred approximately 2:10 p.m. And as I said, the epicenter was relatively shallow. And this report is kind of wrong because the epicenter is not what you deem to be shallow. It's the focus of the earthquake. The focus of the earthquake is the point within the Earth's crust where the energy of the earthquake is generated from. So for an earthquake to occur, you need some form of weakness in the Earth's crust. We call those fault lines. And fault lines occur as a result of plate movement. The movement of the Earth's crust, we call it tectonics. So plate tectonics. Yeah? And you have two types of plates. We have oceanic plates, we have continental. So let me just, since I have the research, I could just go in there. Oceanic plates form the foundations of our oceans. They are made up primarily of silicates or silica and aluminum. For short, we call them sialic plates. The oceanic plates now form the foundations or the basins for our oceans. They are heavier and denser than the continental plates. They are made up primarily of silicates again, or silica and magnesium. See? So those plates now, they sit on the upper zone of the mantle that we call the asthenosphere. Now conditions in the mantle causes the Earth's crust that we live on to move. You don't necessarily feel it, but it does. Right? So heat from the core rises through the mantle, and you know warm air rises. Anything warm tends to rise. So convection currents now rise up from the mantle. When it reaches the upper mantle, it diverges. So the initial movement of plates or the Earth's crust is to be torn or ripped. So when the convection currents come up now, they diverge. So any plate sitting on top of that starts to be torn or ripped apart. So the Earth's crust is being torn or ripped. So when one piece of the crust move one way and one move the other, it forms what we call a divergent plate boundary. Yeah? Also, the longer now the convection current stays in the asthenosphere, which is the upper zone of the mantle, the cooler it gets. Because it gets cool, it becomes denser, so it sinks. As it sinks, whatever plate is there, it drags it with it. So now you have plates moving away, and eventually you may have plates coming towards each other, so they converge. We call those convergent plate boundary. And in that movement, you may have plates sliding past each other, or both of the plates are moving in the same direction, but one is moving faster than the other. We call that a transform or a transcurrent or a neutral plate boundary. So in all of those three movements, whether it is divergence, whether it is convergence, or whether it is transform, Zane, you will now have plates interacting with each other. So the zone of interaction between plates is called a plate boundary or a plate margin. And I just told you the three types of plate boundary: divergent, convergent, transform. And the one thing all of those plates have in common is the possibility for earthquakes to occur. So whatever is causing the weakness in the Earth's crust, whether it is divergence, convergence, or transcurrence, you have weaknesses in the Earth's crust that we call fault lines. What happens now is pressure is built up along those fault lines. So if the plates move towards each other, compression is created. Then if they are pulling away from each other, tension is created. So whatever it is, pressure is built up. Over time, the pressure becomes so great, it suddenly releases triggering vibrations or tremors in the Earth's crust. Now the point under the Earth's surface where the energy is generated from is called the focus or the hypocenter of the earthquake. The point directly above the focus now on the Earth's surface that the earthquake's energy reaches first is called the epicenter. So the person who penned the article here, not so correct, because they said that the epicenter was relatively shallow at 10 kilometers or 6 miles beneath the surface. That is not the epicenter. That is the focus of the earthquake. So that's the focal depth of the earthquake. But as I say, you know, we do that teaching something here some more time. Every time we get to teach a little thing, we teach a little thing. You know what I think. Then, so, being that the earthquake's epicenter was on the seafloor northwest of Jamaica, the ocean water would have been disturbed. The disturbance of the water now will generate what we call harbor wave. So the harbor wave, tsunami is a Japanese word which means harbor wave. Japan is the country that have the most tsunamis in the world. So much so that they have created the word that would have been accepted universally. So the tsunami now is whatever the disturbance out at sea is, it is the sea's attempt to re-stabilize itself. To stabilize itself, because there would have been a disturbance. So it is trying to reassume balance. So the disturbance causes now a negative wave along the coastline. So the water along the coast, along the beach, is pulled away from the coastline in what we call a negative wave. But eventually, that wave will return to shore, and it will generally be a wall of water, and those walls of water can keep coming for hours upon hours upon hours, depending on the magnitude of the earthquake. Some tsunami waves can travel across entire oceans, and these tsunami waves are traveling at least Mach 1, the speed of sound. See, out at sea, you won't feel it, because out at sea, it is so deep that the height of the wave is almost imperceptible. You don't see it. If you are diving though, you may feel the current or the energy of the wave passing along. But as the wave approaches the shore now, the coastline becomes shallow. So there's no depth to accommodate the water. So the only thing for the water to do now is to pile up on itself. So the wall of water becomes higher and higher and higher. Eventually, the wave is thrown up on the land. We say the wave breaks. Yeah? So the crest of the wave, which is the highest point of the wave, is thrown forward. And then now, one wave can break 15 minutes. No, and in 15 minutes or half an hour, or 45 minutes or an hour or 2 hours, another one come. And it keeps pushing water further and further and further and further and further inland until the sea has regained its balance. Until the sea has managed to level itself out. Because that is what is going on. And the sea has become erratic and it is trying to level itself out. So that is what a tsunami really is. Zine, these things are generally very catastrophic if they affect areas where human population is, or if there are areas where infrastructure is dense or compact. Thankfully, the prediction is not that bad. Maximum height of waves expected are 3 feet or 0.3 to a meters high. As I'm saying, the reality is that will affect some areas, but it is not as bad as it could be. What we're trying to hope for now is that, thank you for the knowledge. Miss Fiona, good evening, my friend. Boloti, hope I pronounce your surname correctly. Blessings. Be careful what people. Wait, I don't understand that. I tell you, Unstoppable TV, man. You know how I think this one. That would they go to school for that something. You know what I mean? So I just one of them things. I am happy though, speaking about this, that we're not talking about any loss of lives. Seeing, as I said, the country or the island that seem to have been affected the most in terms of infrastructure and effects on the population is Cayman. So we continue to pray for our Cayman brothers. I am hearing, without confirming, that there might have been buildings collapsing with people inside in the Cayman Islands. We are not sure. For the persons who are just coming in, I would have been sharing some of the pictures coming out of the Cayman Island of the damage that has been recorded there. There are videos, amateur video clips circulating on social media. I've seen one with a swimming pool. And if you look at the swimming pool is a local representation of what the tsunami is actually doing. So you realize that in the swimming pool, the water is trying to establish balance. See? So the water in the swimming pool is to and fro, and it is trying to level out itself. Imagine that now on a ocean scale. See? That is very frightening. That is really and truly potentially catastrophic, but it is not so bad. That is the situation with the earthquake. There is another development that we need to speak about in a serious way, and that is the situation surrounding rumors that would have developed and proliferated on social media platforms early this morning into the afternoon, which suggested that the deadly coronavirus currently affecting places in Asia and in some parts of the United States has made its way to Jamaica's shores. Many persons were extremely concerned, as they should be. What is going on? Is the world ending? Orange Phillips. I cannot speak about the ending of the world. What I can speak about is from the perspective of a trained geography teacher. Earthquakes have been occurring from times immemorial, and earthquakes will continue to happen. And as earthquakes and volcanoes occur, seeing and underwater landslides, there will be tsunamis. So from a geographical perspective, I do not know that the world is ending. But I can't speak. I say, Lady June C, what go on? I almost sure say Lady June C, this says she want to talk to me one at a time, you know. Zane, not famous 81 said it reach here in Toronto. What reach there? You mean the tsunami waves, or you mean the vibrations from the earthquake? I'm not sure. Zane, Miss Beverly Freckleton said I was trembling. I was upstairs. I got to go under the bed. I watched the water in the bottle shaking. Yeah, man, it would have been a very traumatic experience, especially for persons who did not know that you should remain calm and try to protect your being, your body, you understand, your head, most of all, and stuff. I have not heard of anywhere where there was any falling debris or roof in Jamaica, thankfully. Seeing, and I said the mitigating factor in that is that the epicenter was offshore. You cannot begin to fathom, to imagine, to calculate the potential damage and catastrophe that might have occurred if that earthquake's epicenter was on land today in Jamaica. Lorenzo Stewart said, are you in Cayman, Lorenzo? Seeing? and thing. Someone could hear what I'm going on. Let me try to reply to a few of the comments them. So let's speak about the corona situation. So I also got a forwarded message apparently from RGR News. Let me see if I can find it. I don't want to tell lie upon nobody. Zane? Yes, Miss Bird. I'm actually streaming about the earthquake now. So you need to come watch the stream and carry all your family like. Yeah, big up yourself. Yeah, man. I am okay along with the family. Nobody so far has gotten hurt. Well, that's what the reports are saying anyways. Yeah. So let me say I can find a report something there. Because I know I get to one of them time. But I get so many messages daily, I'm not even sure where to find it. You know? I say I can find it. Yes. RGR breaking news. The University Hospital of the West Indies is in a partial lockdown due to what is believed to be the first suspected case of the coronavirus. The affected individual is said to have traveled to China recently. Some buildings are only shaking up in Cayman. I've seen pictures where there have been massive holes in the ground and in some areas where the road has cracked and faulted. I'm also hearing where a few buildings might have collapsed with persons inside. Is there any truth to that? But no life was lost. I am happy to hear that there has been no fatalities, Sir Stuart. Hopefully the situation remains as is. Cayman is also under a tsunami warning. What is the situation in relation to that at this point in time? I am in St. Thomas, was in the middle of teaching my grade 9 English class upstairs in a concrete building, ready to punish some kids for bullying another, and then the ground started moving like jello. Jamaican, big up yourself, you know. And thing, Nashe, how are you, Miss Edwards? What's up? What's that? I am on. Okay, Miss Bird. Good evening. I never know you're there about. You understand? So now, that would have triggered panic. I also heard that it was on the midnight news for at least one of the major television stations in the country. I cannot confirm. I was at work, so I never watch it. Zane. And many persons were in a state of panic, as you can imagine. If you hear say, Zane, there's Isaac blessings. If you hear say, not an earthquake, a virus that has claimed lives around the world and there's no treatment at this point in time, then reaching Jamaica, you would be scared. Harsted Comfort, you know, I never remember if a cable company can't get my money. Big up, teach them. Harsted Comfort, big up yourself, you know, bro. And I say, I appreciate that, you know. You know what I mean? Blessings every time. See? No, this led the Minister of National Security, who was actually on TVJ's Primetime News last night, speaking about procedures and policies and programs in place to be proactive, I suppose, in trying to prevent the sickness from coming ashore. Zane, I am of the view, and I sincerely hope I am wrong, that based on the current situation and the friendliness between Jamaica and China, with so many Chinese nationals currently residing in Jamaica, also it being the celebration of the Chinese New Year, many Chinese nationals in Jamaica will go home, have gone home to partake in the festivities, and will be returning to Jamaica in very short order. It simply means that the possibility for the transfer of the coronavirus to Jamaica is very high. Let us not pretend. Let us not behave like we don't understand the dynamics there. I am not, and look here, I don't want nobody go misquote me. I not tell nobody say people are going to bring come here, people bring come here already. What I am saying is that as things are at the moment between Jamaica and China, seeing many Chinese nationals have vested interest in Jamaica. Many of them have families in Jamaica. Many of them reside in Jamaica. many of them travel to China and back to Jamaica on a regular basis. Not only that, many Jamaicans are now traveling to China, whether it is to purchase merchandise for their business, whether it is to study, whether it is to work. We have people traversing between the borders of Jamaica and China. Cayman Island is all clear for the tsunami watch. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm so happy to hear that. See? So it simply means that at any given time, somebody may contract the coronavirus and they may bring it to Jamaica. It may go undetected because the incubation period is about 14 days. I have not done enough research on the coronavirus situation yet. But I have my phone on my hands, so I can do a little thing said time and go and edify myself and edify some people when I do not research it either. The symptoms of the corona. See, me not even have a search. I come up. It looks like it's a very well searched word. It says here, a coronavirus is a kind of common virus that causes an infection in your nose, sinuses, and upper throat. See? Many people are saying it is similar to the SARS epidemic, and you have a next virus. What them call that one? I think it's an M word. The MERS virus. I don't remember if I saw your name. Zane and thing. So I could try to find out something here. So it says here, effects. So the common human coronavirus, it including types of the 229E, the NL63, the OC43, and the HKU1. So those are strains of the virus. It pronounced Mars, Michael Larry, or it was the MERS virus. See, I remember I say it was an M word. My name is at the top of my head now. So you had the swine flu, you had SARS, and you had he's saying it's the Mars virus. Johnny H, big up yourself, bro. I appreciate the contribution, Father Wavell Smith, manners and respect, brother. I appreciate the contribution. So it says it usually causes mild to moderate upper respiratory tract illness, like the common cold. Most people get infected with these viruses at some point in their lives. Me don't want it. The illnesses usually only last for a short amount of time, and the symptoms may include runny nose, headache, cough, sore throat, fever, and a general feeling of being unwell. Yeah, man. So it's a MERS virus, as I did say. Blessings, peeps. So the brain still a click on a little level. See? And it says now, the human coronavirus can sometimes cause lower respiratory tract illnesses, such as pneumonia or bronchitis. This is more common in people with cardiopulmonary disease, people with weakened immune system, infants and older adults. Yeah? And it says, diagnosis, your healthcare provider may order lab tests or respiratory specimens and serum or part of your blood to detect the coronavirus. And lab testing is more likely to be used if you have severe disease or are suspected of having MERS. So I suppose it is not so far removed from the symptoms there. I think the incubation period, so that is the time between when the virus is contracted to when you start presenting with symptoms, may be in the region of 7 to 14 days. So somebody can travel to China and come back and them still healthy as a horse. Well, a healthy horse. See? And thing. Sean W. So please stop telling people what. Stop. Royal General, no sir, not for people with lower compromised immune system. Okay. We can't afford them stress that. Not at all, Top Max. One, we don't have the money. We don't have the resources. See? We don't have a lot of things to deal with that. So the reality is that right now, them things have to stay far. See? But the reality is that the China-Jamaica synergy, the China-Jamaica alliance, the China-Jamaica friendship, the China-Jamaica trade will expose us more than many other countries in this. One more earthquake just shaking Cayman Islands again. So that could be a foreshock, not a foreshock, an aftershock, or it could be a major earthquake. One of the things I was saying to my colleagues today, it was not wise for them to remain in the staff room because the quake that we felt might be what we call a foreshock, which is tremors that occur before a major earthquake, or it can be a regular earthquake just by itself, or probably what is happening in the Cayman now are aftershocks. Hopefully it is nothing major, because the problem with these aftershocks is that the earthquake itself may have caused structural damage to some buildings, and the structural integrity of these buildings may have been compromised. The aftershocks now come and finish shake them down. You understand? 4.7, yeah, that seemed like an aftershock, which is still a fairly good size aftershock. So it must be a very scary situation in Cayman at this point in time. I sincerely hope. So what that is suggesting is that the fault line along which the earthquake was generated is still storing stress, and that stress that would have been built up sometime over hundreds or thousands of years is still being released. How much more stress is in the fault line, no one knows. We sincerely hope that it is not a lot, and normalcy will resume in very short order. Zane and thing. Now, the Ministry of Health would have taken steps by convening an emergency press conference. I would have watched the press conference in its entirety sitting at my desk, because I didn't have any contact time at that point in time for the day. And I would have listened the Minister of Health, Christopherson. I would have also listened to the acting chief medical officer for the country. And I would have also listened to the head or the medical chief of staff at the University Hospital of the West Indies, Dr. Carl Bruce. They would have spoken about the situation, and they had a few things to say. The long and short of the story, Floyd Henry said, keep it up. Blessings, my friend. Really and truly appreciate the contribution and the support. The long and short of the story is that the Minister of Health categorically stated, and well, he stated, and I quote, I just want to say categorically that there is no truth to the claim that there's a case of the coronavirus at the University Hospital of the West Indies. That is what the Minister of Health said. No, I have no reason not to believe the health minister. Well, aside from the fact that he's a politician. However, I have come to understand that sometimes these pronouncements are done to alleviate fear, to alleviate panic, to establish calm. I will sit in this chair and I will publicly say that I am going to take Dr. Tufton's word on this one, knowing fully well that I might live to regret that statement that I just made. However, I sincerely hope, but teacher, I honestly don't think they will come out with that news until they are absolutely certain, which makes sense. What I'll do, I will be very cautious, but as things are at this point in time, I will take the word of the Minister of Health, where he said, again, quote, I just want to say categorically. Let me see what I go on here. So hold on the peeps, because some news are come through. See if it related to them something here. The Minister of Health says, I want to state categorically that there is no truth to the claim that there is a case of the coronavirus at the University of the West Indies. So opposition spokesman on health say this morning's coronavirus scare through the country, including the Ministry of Health and Wellness, into panic mode. Well, we can, right now, the politics thing, not that even important. Right now, all me interested in is to know say you know really there. Me no want you know more no opposition or no governing party. We want hear say the information that was shared this morning is accurate. That is what me want hear. Me no want see nobody try get no political points. Zine? Me no want see nobody try score no political points out of a situation that is potentially catastrophic for the country. Me no in that something there. So no easy with that something there. I mean I talk about the opposition and the governing party. Zine? So nobody come try score no political points out of a potentially disastrous situation. Miss Millicent Thomas McDermott said, blessing teach. Thank you for the update on the situation going on. It is a pleasure, my friend. I normally call Miss Mac Mummy. You know, she's like my mother, like, you understand? Really and truly appreciate the support and the contribution. Damien watch, big up yourself and brother. See, so I'm going to say this publicly. I mean, know some of them watching and some of them are listening. If them not watch, them will hear. I don't want to see no political party, whether them green or orange or in between, or try to score no political points or gain no political mileage out of a situation that potentially has disastrous consequences for the country. And they need to come together and try to find a solution and stop pointing finger and stop blame people. It's not a blaming time, brother. You feel what I say? Big up to the person who just dislike the stream. Look at me step on somebody too. I saw it thing go still. Big up on yourself. I don't feel no way about it. Manners. You see me? Yeah, man. So now, I'm going to share some information for one go on. See? This picture that you're seeing on screen is related to a news article that I saw where it says Jamaicans living in China are worried, scared. You see? No, let me deal with this, yes, sir. We don't know no politics. Everything will come politics up. Wanna go here, man? Health Minister says no coronavirus case in Jamaica. As I said, I will take the minister on his words. Because Mr. Tufton, sir, if it should ever be, said this was fake, I will beat you publicly left, right, and center for days upon days, sir. Let me say that publicly, you know. See? And you know, when me text it upon people, me come like a guinea stain in a white shirt, you know, mixed with local curry powder, you know. You understand? I don't know that. Despite the rumors, Jamaican health authorities say there is no case of the coronavirus in the island. Johnny H, big up yourself. You know, brother, appreciate the support and the contribution. Johnny Cash this evening. I should not call him Johnny Cash. Ace of Spades said, teach, YouTube just block my comment. YouTube do that, you know, brother. If they feel that a word is in it where they don't approve of them, just block it automatically. You understand what I say? And things. So, me not really have no control over that. See, I can probably put through the comments if I decide to, but if YouTube block it means there's something wrong. So, you know what I mean? And none of the moderators are here this evening, so I'm not even I get from something there. See, they do laugh. You're a real countryman. You see me? You know I'm going there, so alright. If I mean still is a real countryman, Stan Corm says stay safe Jamaica. Blessings, my friend. 5 million Chinese have left Wuhan before closure and potentially spread the virus. Wow. Johnny Cash. So watch this now. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton made the announcement at an emergency press conference on Tuesday amid concerns that there was a suspected case of the illness at the University Hospital of the West Indies. Out of abundance of caution, we wanted to make sure that was considered. So apparently there was a situation at UA that required increased vigilance and monitoring. So let us not lose sight of that. There was a situation that required additional vigilance and monitoring. He said, this is the Minister of Health, out of an abundance of caution, we wanted to make sure that was considered. But certainly it does not fit the case definition, Tufton said. Because unadvised, there is no truth to reports that there is a case of coronavirus in the island, Tufton confirmed, speaking at the press conference held at the Ministry of Health headquarters in New Kingston. The minister said the meeting was called as concerns were raised when a patient was transferred to the University Hospital of the West Indies and checks were made and found that the patient had a travel history to China. So, a patient was transferred to UWI, I don't know from where. Upon checks of the person's travel history, it was revealed that the person had traveled to China and returned to Jamaica not so long ago. That is what the student doctor said to teach. Okay, see? However, Dr. Carl Bruce, which is the picture not even so clear, which is a gentleman beside the health minister, who is the medical chief of staff at the University Hospital, says the patient did not have a fever over 38 degrees or the respiratory symptoms associated with the illness. Now, when I listened to the press conference, they said that they will continue to monitor. Tests are being run to find out, but they are suggesting, well, that is what they are telling the public, that at this point in time, the patient in question is not presenting with all the symptoms that are consistent with persons who would have contracted the coronavirus. They said that based on the person's travel history and out of an abundance of caution, they triggered emergency protocols, but the Minister of Health, the Chief Medical Officer at UA, and the Chief Medical Officer for the country have all said there is currently no case of the coronavirus in this country. As I said, I am not one to take the words of politicians, but I do not know that Mr. Tufton would place his reputation on the line. I know people are going to say about teaching, they'd say there is no outbreak of dengue fever in the country, so there was not a dengue epidemic in the country. I don't know that it said there was no case of dengue, but they were not treating it as an epidemic up to a particular point. So many persons have not forgiven the minister for that. As I said, they may do these things for a number of reasons. It could be to try and prevent fear and panic, to try and ensure that calm is maintained. I can't say how these politicians think, but the reality is that these three people who are far more informed than I am, take out the health minister out of it, the chief medical officer for the country, I don't remember her name immediately, I'll tell you in a few, Karen Webster Carr, and Mr. Carl Bruce. They are the experts, and they are saying as far as they are concerned, there are no cases of the coronavirus in Jamaica. I sincerely hope that that is the truth. Health Minister says people in China who may have been planning to travel to Jamaica are being asked to put those plans on hold. One of my colleagues today said, but why them not just tell people in China say they don't have to come to Jamaica? When is the tsunami coming? Initial reports, Ali G suggested that Jamaica should have expected waves higher than normal to start breaking along the coast sometime around 3:20 p.m. It is now 5:14 p.m. I have not heard of any adverse wave activities anywhere in the country to this point. As I'm saying, the only thing with tsunamis is that the waves can take hours before they arrive and they can take hours before they stop. So we don't know. Hopefully, we get the all clear soon, because a tsunami warning is not always a sign that a tsunami is 100% expected to affect you. It is just saying, based on your geographical location, based on the magnitude of the earthquake, a tsunami warning is possible. And based on changes in the height of sea level around the Caribbean Sea or in an ocean, because they have sensors out at sea that monitors the height, the changes in swells and the height of waves, and they use all these information to project and to predict possible tsunamis. So it don't mean that the tsunami must come. It means that there's a possibility. So we watch and see, we wait and see. And the projection is that the waves should be around 3 feet or 1 meters at their highest. So we'll wait and see. Yes. And people in Jamaica who are planning to visit China soon are being asked to defer those plans. A word to the wise is sufficient. I know some people are going to say them have them business to do and them can't sit down and wait and them still have to go. Remember that sometimes it is foolhardy in the pursuit of trying to earn a dollar to expose our own mortality and that of our friends and family. This winter, as far as I do not know the magnitude for the 1907 earthquake or the 1692 Portroyal earthquake. However, as far as I know in my memory, this is the strongest earthquake to have affected Jamaica. Magnitude 7.7. Janek H. Janek, my apologies. Janek Cash. Big up yourself and brother. I appreciate that something, you know. We now go around the corner and go on like we not appreciate it, you know what I mean? So Peeps, Johnny, big up yourself, bro. Really and truly appreciate it, you know what I mean? Because we know the ones them have to work hard, you know. And it's a Canadian dollar, so I assume so the one is in Canada, you know, the ice, you understand? I go and fight the fight, and I said teach all that something. So I appreciate that. All the persons who would have contributed financially to the stream this evening, really and truly appreciate it. Watch out now, Peeps. The health ministry is giving good advice. I do not know that they are speaking the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth in relation to the situation. But the advice is that people who are in China and who plan to travel to Jamaica, they need to stay put until further notice. So there's a travel advice that has been issued. I think it's formal, I'm not sure, but me find out and tell you now. Zane, and the people that are there at Jamaica and a plan for go to China, they are being advised to stay put. There is no suspected case of the coronavirus in JA. Zane, the patient has not displayed key symptoms associated with the virus. Hence, no basis for sending the sample overseas. I would still send that sample. Them say prevention is better than cure. No? I don't know that it would hurt anybody to send the sample for testing. Overseas. Dr. Karen Webster, acting chief medical officer, is rejecting as false TV reports of suspected corona case in Jamaica. And Dr. Bruce, who is the chief medical officer, says that the patient who recently traveled to China was isolated out of an abundance of caution. I mean, confinement is important. Quarantine is important in this case because you don't know for a fact that this person is not presenting with the symptoms. No testing has been done. They are saying that based on the symptoms, they don't feel a need to send any samples for testing. I am saying, but you don't reason nobody, so them not really listen to it. Well, that is not true because some people, you know what I mean, have to deal with the thing. Them need to send the thing, go test. Prevention is better than cure. Knowing is better than thinking you know and people start dead. It don't hurt nobody if it get this something tested. You better you test it and you come back presenting no signs of the thing than you know test it and the thing mutate and evolve in a disaster, an epidemic. Gaza British, blessings in the family. Real talk, my G. Gaza British is watching out of the UK as per the British Big up yourself and the pound sign. You know what I mean? Appreciated, my friend. Zane, let me share some more info before I cut out. Dr. Bruce says the patient who recently traveled to China was isolated. That is important. Out of an abundance of caution. However, the patient is showing no symptoms of the coronavirus and will be discharged soon. Me not really love that part, I think, then idea, you know. Because based on what me I get, them still not 100% sure. Because, as I said, the incubation period, I am not sure when did the person return to Jamaica. But the incubation period, as far as where I think Dr. Carl Bruce said today, is about 14 days. Zane? So, me no know. When I send this up, I'm going to test it for me now, please and thanks. And I suppose it might not have hurt anybody. It might have been an inconvenience, yes. But it wouldn't hurt nobody if this patient was kept overnight for the purpose of monitoring. You understand? However, the patient shows no symptoms of the coronavirus and will be discharged soon. Dr. Bruce says the patient in question is not experiencing certain key symptoms associated with the coronavirus, including fever, and hence is not considered a suspected case. As I said, them are the experts, you know. But common sense is sometimes greater than academic qualification, you know. Yeah? We are watching. Top Scheme Record says, I saw a post that you made earlier, bro, that you say your artist was showing symptoms, so coughing, dry throat, headache, and runny nose. So Top Scheme, was that person taken to the hospital? Was that person taken to get medical expert advice? Is that person being treated? I don't know, because are the whole symptoms them that in a brother. But then again, those symptoms could be attributed to the common cold. You understand? So that is that. You see, that is a dilemma that we are facing. And remember also that this virus can lead to the onset of pneumonia or bronchitis. So it's a serious thing. Zane and thing. What you gonna say? Marlon Brandish, blessings in the family. Look like Marlon is watching out of the Cayman Islands. Confirm that for me now, Marlon. And if you're in the Cayman Islands, I want to ask you a few questions. Zane, Janar, the Gamer 55, blessings. Cindy Randall, Chad Murdoch, Jaluk, Kurt Drummond, all of the people that are in the building, big up on yourself, you know, the Royal General. Zane, Holly Prince or Ailey Prince, I'm not sure the pronunciation, I'm going to look on it good. Princess Leah. Oh, so Princess Leah, blessings. So Hail Princess Leah, I think that is the thing there. And them something there. See? So Little Gaza, blessings. Ground God, blessings. So those are the major news items coming out of Jamaica today. There's something that I am keeping my eyes on. Joe Marsh, how are you, Empress? Haven't seen you in a little bit. Hope you are okay. How strong was the quake? 7.7 on the Richter scale. Kush Love Entertainment. Initial report was that it was 7.3, but it was then upgraded to 7.7. That is a major earthquake. Yeah? O'Neal Williams said, Taki High School, you got me boss. Definitely, brother. 100%. The brave may fall, but never yield. From 1997 to the year 2000 and few. Yeah, man. You know what the thing go. Yes, sir. Bonnie Punta, bless up. So now, peeps, there's something that I am keeping my eye on, and let me share that. It says, classes at the Cornwall College in St. James suspended for the day, as preliminary reports suggest that a member of staff at the institution was attacked, allegedly, by a parent. Authorities at the school were locked in an emergency meeting. if memory serves me correctly, the Cornwall principal was assaulted by a female parent not so long ago who pull off him jacket and him have to take himself like. So we're watching that. Also, the disciplinary hearing for the teacher at Pembroke High School was yesterday. I have not heard anything coming out of the meeting. Zane, but you don't know what age me left high school, Kelly. Me probably did bright look a bit and leave early, you know. Yes, and I probably did pass GSAT early. Them boy GSAT, he's a old boy. Common entrance early. So then when you go work out my age, you know, Kelly. Then you say, I stress yourself, miss. You understand? And thing. Zane, also, I say me not hear nothing out of that meeting there. There's also the situation surrounding the murder of the teacher on the Vauxhall High School compound. I have not done an individual video upon that. Me just can't bother with the murder thing more time. Zane, teacher, I saw a story about another woman killed by her ex-boyfriend. I think I saw a story about that, you know, but I'm not get around to it yet. Kelly, I'm not for worry myself. But I want kind of wrap up on that little thing here. It is amazing to me. You see, I don't talk about this. I'm talk about this, you know. I'm get one good background. I so much picture I share since evening. What that's up here then? It is amazing to sit and look and listen and observe and analyze the situation surrounding the Pembroke High School teacher who was publicly chastised, crucified, berated, demonized by the public for her moment of indiscretion in relation to the altercation that was captured on video at Pembroke High School. I am observing and I am listening, and I have not heard even anywhere close to the same loudness, to the same set of people being vocal about the murder of the teacher on the school compound, presumably by past students. Me not hear nobody. Me not hear no mass condemnation. Zane. Me not hear nobody a call for nobody head. Me not hear no uproar. Me not hear no public disgust. Me don't even hear no public discussion when an educator would have lost his life on a school compound, murdered. But when a teacher, who probably out of frustration, got angry and said some unfortunate things where she probably should have never said, she was crucified. That tells you the state of the nation in which we currently live. An educator was gunned down by some accounts protecting students. Some accounts it was a robbery. Some accounts it was him them deliberately. I mean, I don't know. But I am not hearing the same public outcry. I am not hearing the same public uproar and furore that accompanied the Pembroke High School teacher saying some unfortunate things. Then, you realize why I'm not staying a teaching, brother. Can you imagine a teacher was videoed chastising a student, saying some unfortunate, and I've said before, she said some really unfortunate things that in hindsight, I'm sure she's sorry she said. The teacher did not touch the child. No, every he, she, and the old lady had an opinion on that matter. a teacher who by all accounts was a wonderful servant to the institution to which he was employed. A wonderful teacher to his students. Students were standing in devotion yesterday and they were crying. So it means that that gentleman would have impacted in a positive way the life of his students in the past. But there is no public outcry that the educator was murdered. But when the teacher down at Pembroke Hall, video went viral, people did want murder. Me not get it. Teaching is not for me. I can tell a man that. You understand? There's no love there anymore. There's no appreciation there anymore. There's no value there anymore. You feel what I say? A teaching thing enough for me, family. So each and every day, me I learn more and more. Say, yo, if I leave a thing, I better it is. Zane, I had to deal with a situation at work yesterday where if it wasn't for my smarts and probably physical strength, then there might have been a situation where you hear on the news that there might have been a murder at my place of work. I'm not talking about a fight, I talk about war. And it so happens that where the war broke out, I had a class there, my grade 10 class in the afternoon. See? And it took at least half an hour to balance the war. It wasn't a fight. See? When the two persons who were engaged, when we eventually separate them, because it never did easy neither. Because they up on the ground and man a fly in and come defend them bridge and a kick. Because people did have to get a few knocks too. Because then, you understand what I say? We hold on upon one of the youth and the man, only thing left for the man do, have to physically fight me, if let him go. Because all in him head, I go kill somebody. Me hold on upon the youth for a good 5 to 10 minutes. Lock him down. Make him know, say, here we go on, man. I made the man right here, so. Bill. See, him come around eventually and him apologize and him say, sir, I'm sorry, and me just angry and thing. And you know, we not violate and thing. See? But the rage of the man did inner, him man not take no talk. And as a youth normally, if me say X, him not say Y. The next man, him go away and come back. Him never get enough. So me end up have to lock him off too. See? The only thing left for that man do, I physically assault me for let him go. Because somebody have it dead. The youths them now have no head. When me hold on upon the first youth, some of the man friend them basically like them want to take the youth from me. Me of all person, you know. You understand what I say? Me have the youth, I try to prevent the youth from going to get himself killed or go kill somebody. And the man friend them like them want to tell me say, me need to let go them friend. They don't know say this is the smiling end. Because we not play that. You understand? And, yo, I don't know what go on in the school situation that sits to me, I know. I don't know what go on, man. I say, I don't know what go on. Them youth here, not in a nothing with law, order, and rules and regulation. Every man head act. And you know the worst thing about it? The youths, them when they involved in the conflict of youths where administration have been trying to reach out to them parents and nobody now come. No. Make it reach a stage yesterday when I have to kick with a guy foot and rough up a guy upon a certain level. I better say the parents didn't reach this morning. Yo, peeps, me I cut because right now, but just as I said before, the teaching thing I don't mind thing no more. You understand? If me did interest in a war, me then go in the military. That was my next love. I may never go there, so. You feel me? You don't understand what go on out there. Two of the youth them, were in the fight yesterday, were sent home and they were not to return to school today. The man them come to school. They were taken off of the school compound. The man them find other ways and means to come back from the school compound. They were removed again and then find ways and means to come back. No. A teacher and a youth, they go have a thing today and the teacher have to end up. Wet him. You got ears of the teacher, the adult, and the teacher should know better. And nobody now remember say the youth was sent home and he was not supposed to be there. Then after the earthquake go on now and we are balanced, we hear say the next set of man them when them did war with their school gate await. Me need even look at them. What me say? As I say, as long as they're not up on the school compound, me need even bother look, I couldn't care less. But just want to know, say, no other innocent youth from the school no get caught up in the exchange. But me even look at them. Because no youth not take no talk. Every man a bad man. And that's the thing there. See, students are assault teachers, parents are assault teachers, but me not hear no massive cry. Me not hear no uproar. But make a teacher lace a youth. And some of the youth then get laced too. And who want vex when me say that vex? If you feel like a boy, I will cross a certain line, and me feel like I need to defend myself, me not defend myself on a wrong. Make a judge figure that out. You understand? Boy, you drape security. And security not for doing nothing. Suppose they stab the security in your neck. But the security of the adult. Eh? And when you dead, you was a good security. Or you was a good teacher and them employ somebody else 2 days later. Oh no, go on, man. I'm telling you, it's a war, man. Yeah, a person just dislike the stream, I couldn't care less. As me say, if a guy cross a certain line, me I go put him in line. A simple maths. Hence, I tell you now, already, a teaching thing enough for me. Discipline my thing there. And if a man can't conform to that, a guy leave. But it is easier for a teacher to lose his or her job than for a child to be expelled these days. A war out there, brother. And you have to be a warrior and a Gideon for survive. I tell you that. Oh no, what go on, man. Someone wanna come here, come pretend like you holier than thou and own the moral fabric of the society. I don't really know what teachers out there face. Someone now come tell me about say the teacher, the adult, and yes, we're the adult and you will train. But when a boy I put your life in a danger, what you gonna do? Just expose your life. You're mad, man. You must be dreaming. Oh, you for their school I get teachers beating. You're mad. Me must not did it. I must be fool, man. Zane? Peeps, I that's what I think there. Me not stay in that something there. Because me see where it all go, you know. Me see where it all go, you know. Me see where it all go. You understand? But until then, we just go and keep it straight and narrow. If we have to deal with that one and few things, we deal with that one and few things. If certain things jump off in the school and you know so the big woman need your help, you go run in and help. If a youth violate one of my colleagues, then we go run in and fix what we fix. But until then, brother, let me tell you how I reach a stage now. I reach a stage where I no business with some of the youth them again. I'm telling you that. As a teacher, me reach a stage where I no business with some of the youth them. And if a youth like me can reach the stage, you must know what go on at the thing. Because some man, one, the youth them don't want nobody talk to them. But yet still them find everything in the world for do for people talk. Me now walk past no guy what for them class. Say if you don't want me talk to you, guy, your class, brother. And when me I talk to you, me I say, gentlemen or gents, find your class. Ladies, me not disrespect nobody pitney. Me refer to my students them as young lady, young man, gentlemen, gents, or empress. Respect my thing there. And some of the youth them don't want nobody talk to them, but them do everything for people talk to them. Miss Leonel James, good evening. Thank you so much for your contribution. Me now walk past a guy with a class and him not in him class. Me now walk past a guy with him shirt out and him pants. You have to fix that. Zin? Me now walk past a guy where I break the school rule in any way, shape or form. Say if you don't want me talk to you, confirm, brother. And if you don't want me, you don't want confirm, now come. You don't understand what going on in the education system, you know. Some man spend so much time and rob poor people money that them not put nothing in place for teachers, you know. Because they were so busy fleecing and misappropriating taxpayers' money and demonizing teachers and all teachers are extortionists, that there was nothing put in place for teachers. I'm telling you, you know, when you send for these parents, them don't come. And when a youth cross a certain line and them have to be realigned, you see parents come on war. I wanna mash up the country. I wanna mash up the country. I wanna pitney them and mash up the country. And we not say we perfect as teachers. We make mistakes. Zine, and we make errors in judgment from time to time because we're not perfect. Sometimes we do some things that we not have to do. But me can't speak for myself as a teacher. Me not disrespect nobody pitney. Me not batter bruise nobody pitney. Me not abuse nobody pitney. So forget about batter bruise. I respect me deal with the youths them pan, brother. And I know many teachers who are just like me. And some of them teachers, they endure some level of disrespect where you know, people look on teacher, go tell them to go suck out this and suck that and a gunshot. You don't know what go on, man. You see all that threatening them, I don't play with it now, you know. When I take no threat, you know. The moment they start threatening me, at the moment I start get very aggressive, you know. You understand what I say? Because them youth are cool and them wicked, you know. Yo. But don't, right now I'm telling you, I prefer to sell banana and bag juice, banana chips and bag juice than that teaching thing. It's just because we have a few things in mind and them not reach where we want to reach it. This is not my thing no more, man. So when people talk about teach, the education system they need me. You know what I mean? Need peace of mind. You understand? There will be many more teachers after me. As good as I am, and in some cases better than I am. So don't worry about the system. Me not turn in there. Because if I stay in this, me know I got me, you know. Me know I got me. And yo, more time, you know. You talk to some youth and me just look, me have to just laugh and shake me head, you know, man. You understand what I say? Because yo. As me I say, we no understand, man. We don't really understand. So more time, some people run come on social media and in the media chat off them out. Me I say, look at Uno though. Look at Uno. Look at Uno. All kuno mono. Eh? Many of them, and that's why them pick the answer. Like for grade 9 social, I'm currently teaching parenting. Seeing the characteristics of good and efficient parenting. And we are trying to instill in the youths them the values, man, of parenting, the importance of parenting, problem solving skills. Some of the parents, them as money in the community look on them start fling stone. What you think your pitney are going to grow up come do? Eh? Yo. Peeps. I cut still. So, just to review the things that we'll come talk about, I'm big up to the people that were there. If you're there for the first time, I don't always come cuss, but I cuss sometime. But there are some things that I'm just annoyed with. There are some things that really peeve me, that really rub me the wrong way. And as a teacher, as an educator, I have been teaching full-time from 2008. I have been teaching over a decade in this country. So I don't want a guy come look for me and talk about your Ray. A long time I do that something here. I have taught at a traditional high school and I have taught at an upgraded high school. Both sides of the spectrum. Some rich uptown people and some youths who come from a different socio-economic background. See? So we know the thing. We know both sides of the divide. So I don't guess we are guess when we are taught or something here. But pay my dues in this. Yes, me not teach 30, 40 years like some teacher. I have given a decade of myself to this country. And each year, them youth here, I get more brazen, more bold, more disrespectful. Each year, the mothers and fathers, because remember, many of them are just baby mother and baby father. But them are not parents. And them things that me grade 9 class, I read about Monday morning a class. We have many baby mothers and baby fathers. But when I'm not parents, I'm going to break it down and explain that concept to them. I make them know, say, yo, go on, man. When I phone time, the right time. Because before we reach characteristics of good parenting, we look at the things that should be in place before you become a parent. See, so I'm going to use some of all our vibes. It is my only social studies class, and we are all our vibes. Zine, and me try impress upon the youth, say, me go on, man. I'm going to tell them, you know, your duty in life is 2 essential things. I tell them, in my opinion. 1, to be better than your parents. And to give your children a better life than the life that you had. Yeah? Then you would have achieved something in life. Some of them baby mother and baby father, yeah, man, crosses on the land, man. See, the youth them under no supervision, no guidance. Some of the youth them around them yard. Some of the youth them tell them mother if you go S them mother. Some youth tell them father if you go S them mother. Some youth father and mother can't talk to them. So if your mother and father can't talk to you, then how come a teacher who's a stranger go talk to you? You tell me. It's like me I say, yo, that's what you say? You see many of the people them we are defend them youth and not talk about how them are youth. I was a youth. I never used to behave so. My friend them never used to behave so when me a youth and I go to school. So where the youth thing come from all of a sudden? Me was a youth one time. You think me born big? Me head did probably big, but then me name born big like, me head like. You understand? Me never did that disrespect my teachers them. Back in the days when all the teacher bust your ass, you gotta apologize. And thank them for your bust ass too. No, them youth want bust teacher ass. Nobody can talk to me. Nobody, yo, I don't know where I go on, man. I don't know where I go on, man. But we're not going to see where I go on, you know, because each generation is getting worse than the one before. And I am so serious when I say that. You feel what I say? Each of them generation here, I get worse than the one before. You feel me? And the Ministry of Education, the government, find all the niceties and the conventions of the child to speak about the rights of the child. And I now say the youth now have rights. But what to the responsibilities of the child? How many time have been spent to edify and educate them on their responsibilities? But teachers always get the blame. Teachers always get, it's always the teacher's fault, brother. When you meet some of the parents, you immediately see where the kids get them bad behavior from. Boy, Craig, blessings on a brother. You see? That's something me a rough, brother. So as me say, me I got keep an eye on the Cornwall situation, because I am almost certain that it was the Cornwall principal who was assaulted by a parent recently, late last year. Now, information is that classes at the Cornwall College was suspended today, as preliminary reports are indicating that a staff member, as a matter of fact, I'll go even further, I cannot confirm, but information is suggesting that it was the Dean of Discipline that was assaulted by the parent. Now, make the Dean of Discipline did assault one youth and see what would then go on. But there's no uproar when the teacher is affected. But make the child become the affected party. Calvary, carrying a cross, crucifixion time, and then them ball. Who do you want? Give us Barabbas and kill the teacher. I want to take the time out for say all of my colleagues out there who have decided to remain in Jamaica, because many of them have migrated. Many of them are now taking up jobs overseas. To my colleagues who have remained in Jamaica, remain steadfast, remain strong, and above all, keep your guard up. Never drop your guard, because them youth are cruel and them wicked, and them parents, they're not sensible neither. You understand? So you have to watch what you do. And sometimes, for your own safety, you just see some people pitney and left them alone. Leave them up to time. It's so on a way, you know, peeps. But me I tell us, I know teachers right now, you know. When I look at a youth other than going to a class to teach them, you know. Many teachers are operating in a state of fear. Many teachers fear the students that they teach. I can't know which day in my life I go walk in a classroom and me fear guy in the class. Where? How? When? Why? You have teachers who are fearful of the students they are teaching. You have teachers who couldn't care less what you do if them not in them class. As a matter of fact, you have some teachers who couldn't care less what you do in them class because the teachers just don't care anymore. Me nah say me can't be caught by surprise, you know. But my God, ever up in a brother. And then, you see through my personality, and me I say, me is a youth, you know. And I normally tell students when they meet me for the first time. For example, me not teach in a grade 7 or 8. But me meet at grade 9. Normally them have this notion that me are the strictest person in the world. And me explain to the youths them, I can be who you want me to be. Me can be the strictest person you ever come across in our classroom. I can be the easiest, coolest, easygoing, fun teacher you ever have. You decide who you want. Because me have everybody in one bag, you know. So me just take out who need to take out at that point in time, you know. See? Me is a easygoing youth. See? A fun-loving youth. When me teach youth supposed to love come to my class. Enough time with their school and you hear teachers say that youth now come at them class and the youth they hide from them. The youth they don't miss my class and them first come. Because it's just a vibe when we are reason. Seeing when we are deliver the thing. Seeing, and I am not far removed from the realities in where the youths them live. We know the streets, we understand the streets. Seeing we can rap with the youth them on for them level. You understand? We can elevate the thing when we need to elevate the thing. So we can span any class settings. As I said, I taught at a traditional high school, I be rich people picnic come there. See, you used to have a few local youth who get problems still. Uptown. You understand what I say? And I did the same love and admiration and respect when we were there, like we there now. But the youth that you have is strong in our Gideon, brother. You understand what I say? You have a strong out there. See? And for a man like me, like, there was a time when it was just a joy to teach. Even though the money never made no sense. It was a joy to teach. I will not pretend and tell you that there are mornings, that there are not mornings when I wake up and I don't want to go to work. I don't have that vibe there. I don't have that desire there. I lose that joy there and that passion there. I have a set of grade 11 youths where Me and them have a good look of vibe, and I like them. See, in my grade 10 class, kind of coming at them own and now, them give me a look of vibes. My grade 9 class, me and them good. See, so when me have it, because teacher, I still give off my best as a teacher. But me not have that drive then no more, brother. There have been times when me used to get up and go to school every Saturday for extra class, free of cost. There have been times when me go to school on Sunday, go teach class leading up to exam. Me not have them vibe then no more, brother. Me be honest with them, me be serious with them. Me not go around no corner. You see me upon, and I am just a reflection of many teachers in the society. And if a man like me who is so strong-willed, a man like me who are disciplined my thing there, a man like me who not afraid for no guy, can't start thinking that way. They can imagine a teacher who live in fear. Prince Diamond, I'm sure you can appreciate that whether or not I have that, make me want to speak to that publicly, though. I'm sure you can appreciate that. If a youth like me can reach a stage where me reach now, you can imagine what go on in the psyche of many teachers out there. How can a teacher be murdered and me not hear people come out and publicly condemn the murder of the teacher on the school compound in an attempt to protect children? And when the teacher down a Pembroke come out, me see he, she, the old lady, auntie and uncle, even the dog in the yard, a ball for the teacher head. The teacher, in a moment of weakness, said some things. And she was crucified. And a teacher was murdered. I'm not hear nothing. The silence is deafening. See, apparently parent beat up teacher at Cornwall College. You can imagine if the news was teacher beat up student at Cornwall College. Can you imagine what the discussion would be in the country at this point in time? I think today it happened because it says classes at Cornwall College in St. James suspended for the day. Preliminary reports are that a member of staff at the institution was attacked, allegedly by a parent. So I'm waiting on more details there. This is not the first time. Many times parents have attacked teachers. Many times students have attacked teachers. And nothing come out of it. Make a teacher lick a child. Make a teacher talk to a child and tell them a few things. We want Barabbas. Give us Barabbas. Crucify the teacher. I now sit here and defend my colleagues, you know. Because if my colleagues do something wrong, it's wrong. If my colleague disrespect a child, it's wrong. If my colleague physically assault a child, it's wrong. If I don't defend them, I defend themselves. But good God, man. Teachers are human beings too, you know. No love, man. No value, no respect anymore, man. You understand? The man was murdered on the school compound. Yes, it wasn't a school day, but he was there apparently for classes. Possibly classes where him not get paid for. Because many of the youths that we teach, them not really have it to come to school on a regular basis, much less to pay for extra class. Since I have been at my place of work, I have never charged a child $1 for class. And there have been many times where I have had a child who is very smart, very sharp, has great potential, but them can't find the money to come. And I have had arrangements with parents where me, every Friday, give that child money to come to class Saturday. I have paid examination fees, CXC fees for children. I have bought shoes and uniforms and bags and books for students. I have gone hungry at school and give children my lunch money. You know how much teachers in this country do that? And no appreciation, no did it, brother. No love, no did it. Everybody wants to stab and kill and box and kick teacher. Mind where them foot their razor go, man, and them hand them, man. You know, we'll lose some of them too. They know what going on, you know. Yeah, some teacher out there no play with people, you know. Because sometimes a shirt and tie trick people, you know. Oh, him is a soft guy, man. You understand? You don't know what going on, man. You know, careful. Some teacher out there no play that. See? Oh, someone don't know the sacrifice for some teachers make for some youths for them think of potential. See? And someone will quick for come say some things and do some things. I don't know what I do, man. Put some respect on the teachers' them name. I not defend myself, you know. See? I mean, I look nothing for myself, you know, because I run my race already with that teaching thing, as I tell you, know. I talk about my colleagues, when I go left in that something, you know. You feel what I say? You don't know what go on, man. Me I go on field trip already and youth not have no shoes. And we buy shoes give youth. Youth not have no clothes. We give other female teachers money for carry go buy clothes for we go on field trip, brother. And them things the teachers are doing at this. And some of the same parents and when you help them pitney. Yo. I don't know what go on, man. I don't know what go on. But me I cut it there still. But it come to talk about the earthquake and tsunami and corona. We talk about them something there. But me did feel for talk look a bit. And as me I said, big up to the educators out there who continue to make considerable sacrifices for this country. Me know say not easy. Me know say upon the salary where we get to take care of our family and take care of some other youths. It not easy. And we'll continue to fight the fight. We'll continue to make these sacrifices unappreciated, with no value or respect, with no pay really. Teachers are not paid in this country. We are given a contribution monthly. Babysitters fee, man. See? And please, I can't sit down here so I can tell you confidently. Say on YouTube and any good month, I make 3-4 times my salary if I put in enough work. And that not stress me. Me have fun when I do it most of the time. But I am a patriot. I love my country. I want to help my country. But I think I help in one particular way already. And I think I have been an educator at the secondary level for over a decade. Before I went to Teachers College, I spent 2 years at a all-age school pre-trained. And yesterday I started something in my family. A long time I give back to this country. So we talk about developing country. When I just come on YouTube, come talk. We live that something here. Saying, Prince Diamond, big up yourself, teach. You have a right to defend yourself. Boy, brother, I never drop that right there, no. You understand? But none of the youth them know what is what still. So them not too violate certain others. You understand? And as me I say, for me, I really, most of the youths them, I respect. You understand me I say? Many of the youths them, I respect. You see, but some of them always want to prove a point. You see, every man a bad man, no man can't talk to them. So you know some more time, we have to get aggressive, brother. I say aggressive don't necessarily mean I kick down nobody or box on nobody. But you have to understand, say, yo, know what you do. See, I still talk to him soft and calm many times, but sometimes you have to make him know. You see? Peeps, As me I say, a country, you know, pretty out here. And it'll get worse, yeah. Because them youth are not easy. And there are no parents. I just baby mother and baby father, brother. Baby mother and baby father. See? We don't know some of the things what teachers doing at this man. Thankless. And me not look for no thanks for what me do, you know. Me I do this because me want to help my country, you know, brother. You remember last year, not last year, year before last, my birthday, I spent that entire day between hospital and lab with a young lady. She from the first day me meet her in a grade 7, she started calling me daddy. And it's like the worst thing I could ever do in my life is answer. Oh, she was sick in her grade 11 year and she was in the hospital. On my birthday that year, 2018, she was at the Kingston Public Hospital. I went for her, signed her out, brought her to the Winchester medical labs in halfway tree, did some tests, signed her back into the hospital, make sure she have the things that she want before that and on that day. On my birthday. You know much teachers with them things in this man. And as me I say, me good enough. But me I talk for some teachers out there who really and truly are struggling and thing, brother. Eh? You don't not even know what go on, man. We don't not even know what go on. So, that's the thing there. So, if you recap that's it there, because I don't cuss now. I go do some things. You understand? Magnitude 7.7 earthquake, 139 kilometers northwest of Montego Bay, about 2:10 p.m. today, would have triggered vibrations right across the country. Places like Cayman, Honduras, Cuba were also affected. There has not been any signs or cases or reports of any major damage structurally in Jamaica or anybody being injured. Thanks be to God. There was a tsunami warning. I am not sure what is the situation really at this point in time. However, I'll continue to monitor that. I am hearing that Cayman would have suffered some damage, especially to its infrastructure. I am not certain if there has been any case of reported injuries or the persons who are in the stream or were in the stream who are currently in Cayman were saying that things are calming back down. There was an aftershock of some 4.7 magnitude not so long ago. So we're hoping for the best. There was a massive fear and panic across the country today when news broke on social media that there was a partial lockdown at the University Hospital of the West Indies as Jamaica would have recorded its first case of the coronavirus. The Ministry of Health held an emergency press conference where they said that was not the case. However, they said that the patient was transferred from another institution, and when checks were done on the person's travel history, it was revealed that the person had traveled to China and returned to Jamaica recently. The person was isolated, and they are saying that the fever was not high enough as persons who are presenting with symptoms of corona. They are saying that the respiratory symptoms are not there, so they are not conducting any tests, and that the person might be released soon. And the Minister of Health also said that the persons who are in China who had plans to visit Jamaica, it would be prudent for them to cancel said plans for the short term. For the persons who are in Jamaica who had intentions to travel to China, they are being advised to desist from doing so for the foreseeable future until at least a cure is found for the coronavirus and them something there. So at this point in time, the Minister of Health, the Chief Medical Officer, the Chief of the medical staff at UA are saying that the patient was isolated out of an abundance of caution because of travel history, but they are not presenting with the symptoms of the coronavirus, and as such they are saying that there is no evidence that the coronavirus is in Jamaica. Tony Tough said for what? I guess Tony, many people who own businesses in Jamaica, so many persons travel to China to purchase merchandise and goods for their business. You have many Jamaicans who study in China. You have many Jamaicans who work in China. And the Chinese influx in Jamaica. So, and it is a Chinese New Year celebration either soon or is going on now. So you can imagine that many Chinese nationals in Jamaica will be traveling to China and returning home. So the possibility remains high. We hope that the virus stays away from the country. Financially, resource-wise, we can't deal with that right now. We are still recovering from the last dengue epidemic where many persons would have died and thing. Tufton is not genuine. Who believe him? He must be. As me I say, brother, the thing is that Tufton is a politician, and I have learned to take what politicians say with a grain of salt. However, I will take I need some water. The Minister of Health's word on this one, knowing fully well that that stance might come back to haunt me. But if Mr. Tufton was lying, and it turns out that I find out, I will beat Mr. Tufton left, right, and center publicly for days upon days. And I am sure many media entities are prepared to do the same thing. So I'll take his word for it, and I will hope for the best. And I will also hope that our ports of entries, the surveillance and the monitoring and the testing is up, and persons who are traveling, or if they must travel to these areas, they need to take all the necessary precautions to ensure that they do not contract the virus. Yeah, peeps, I'll leave it there. Really and truly appreciate the support. I had no idea that so many persons would have locked on to the stream. At one point, 900 and odd people were watching. I mean, that is, a good thing. I am happy that so many persons out there are of the view that when Teach says something, it makes sense and it is correct and accurate. That means a lot. So it was a joy for the persons who are here for the first time or were here for the first time. I trust that you would have benefited enough where you felt a need now to become a permanent member of the family by subscribing. So when you subscribe, you need to press one look up bell and say, I want to receive all notification from Teach Them. For all the persons who contribute, for the persons in the Cayman or prayers are with you, and hopefully there is no words that there is any fatality or there are any fatalities going forward. So hopefully that remains the same. Please be careful. We are still in the red zone, so there may be aftershocks. There may also be major earthquakes, as we do not know how many stress was released from the fault line or how many stress is there, or the length of the rupture. I would not get back into the geocast. We did that earlier. And thing, Joe Martha, because we love you, Teach. Blessings in the Empress. One bad charge, first time, blessings in the family. Welcome to the channel. Hope you appreciate the content and hope you become a permanent member of the family by subscribing. So my brothers and sisters in Cayman, please be careful. Persons in Cuba, likewise. Don't know if anybody from Cuba watches the stream. If there's anybody in Central America who understand why I speak, please be careful, because Honduras would have received the impact of the earthquake waves and such. My Jamaicans, please be careful. It is with these things, you never know. You understand? Be vigilant, and in the event that there's an earthquake, please also keep monitoring the media and the social media as a tsunami may also be on its way. You have to be careful, peeps. You understand? Know what you're supposed to do in the event of an earthquake, how to protect yourself and protect the people around you. And remember, the moment you start to panic is the moment you start to give away your life. Your best friend during an earthquake is calm. Remain as calm as you can. Remain as calculated as you can. Then keep your wits about you and try as best as possible to stick to what you were taught. Then Keita said, dance a keep. You know, say a rapid dance, a rap up. Half 5 people in Ghana, they had already, you know, sis. As a matter of fact, I was telling the guys earlier that you were beside me when the earthquake started and you disappeared under one deck quick and fast. You understand? I thought her well. See, big up yourself, sis. I talk long, because I cuss some people look while. I kind of horse up. See? And I think Miss Faye Johnson said, nice chatting and listening. Thank you so much, Miss Johnson. Really and truly appreciate the support. Blessings. You understand, peeps? So be careful, sir. Hopefully everybody will be okay when we speak again on Friday night. Zane. Blessings, the humble chucker. Jadi, you are going youth. And them something there. So you know what thing go. Peeps, manners and respect. I appreciate the support. Yes, sir. I'm here to tell you that from my heart. You know what I mean? Thanks to the people who continue to recommend the channel, to share the videos, to like the videos, to comment on the videos, to watch every single video from start to finish. You understand? And them something there. Big up on yourself. Zane. For the persons who are here, we just want to big up some people. Zane. And before I do that, let me say, really and truly, appreciate the persons who would have contributed financially to the stream. Lawful, J. Brooks, Zane, Horsedead Cowfat, Johnny H., Wavel Smith, Floyd Henry, Blessings Father Floyd, Zane, Miss Millicent Thomas McDermott, Damian White, Gaza British, Zane, Marlon Brandish, Leonie James, Craig Creation, and Princess Diamond, and Johnny H. a million at a time. Zane, and big up to the people that I dislike the stream. To everything good. Nothing wrong with that something. I'm alright with that. I engagement that. Zane, that stream is good as all trend. You never know. So I want to help that too. Zane, and thing. Keita, you come and refreshments done. Peace, big up on yourself. I'm here, Miss Yvonne Riley, Miss Millicent Thomas McDermott, Julian Smith, Peter May, Spring Garden one, you do with brother, Miss Kellyanne Burnett, Sir Belvedere, Grace Abel, Shanice Coleman, that name sounds familiar for some strange reason. Zane Mark Brown, Miss Winsome H, Ellie London, Jalo Kwagwan, Jodex, where you do with brother, Milo 772, Finar, the man with the girls them say a star, Sizzler, Fan, Benita, Zane, blessings, Shan W, Shanice. You know I got nothing but love for you inside my heart. I can't sing it like Wade, but you don't know a thing, go. You know my love is true. Yes, I. You know go listening. Toxic Gods. You understand? Grace Abel, Miss Faye Johnson. You know something for check for Miss Grace Abel. No, not Miss Grace Abel. I don't remember. I Grace me for check pan, I don't remember. Somebody me for check pan, you know. Chad Murdoch, big up yourself, you know. Zane Father Jaluk. Nelly Nell, big up yourself, you know. Mark Brown, all of the people, them. Glenn Coco. Zane. Frost Kid. You understand me? I say, God favored me. Omar got you, bro. Where you deal with? Jordan Griffiths. Zane Global News. Big up yourself, you know. I don't want nobody talk to me about me singing neither. Then if you don't want to hear, cover your ears. Kanaika, big up yourself, you know. You understand me? I say, Ingrid, big up yourself, you know, Miss Tata. How are you? Zane, Latanya, Mahan, not sure the pronunciation. Blessings Empress, really and truly appreciate the support. Zane, Natural Reese, Wagwan, Miss Kellyanne, Shamu, big up yourself, you know. Apple Cider Vinegar, Miss June Reed. Yeah, big up some people, you know. I don't rush, you know. We not cause no fuss, you know. You know what thing going, you understand? Miss Jasmine Nelson. Laugh out loud. Sing. I shall sing as long as I... The Fabi one, 1100. Zane Peter May. Who else in the building? Marlon is back. Ready for more. What? Miss Donna Johnson. You know what I mean? And thing. Peeps, big up on yourself. Friday, 8:30. Make it a date and don't be late. Don't look for it. Get book for it. Father Kurt German. Manners and respect. If you don't subscribe to the rest of the channel, them go check them out. J.A. positive. The name says it all. Father Presenter. The representer. Where you deal with Father James Bond, live chat board, the Royal General, Shanique J. Big up on yourself, you know. I know the ones them about somewhere in the place, you know. You know what I mean? I know I say presenter just forward in, but I don't see him coming. You understand what I say? Anting. Richard Young Chin Choi. You name the bad. Big up on yourself, you know. Zane. Presenter. Clearly in Jamaica for 1 day. What this I say, you know, me lose the comment again. Presenter. Teach them effectively your message and reach them. You know what thing again. Big up yourself, you know, brother. Teach. Manners. That the man say. Aisha Park. Big up yourself, you know. Peeps. Friday, 8:30. Make it a date and don't be late. Don't look feet. Get book feet. Walk good. Step with Jah. Soon. Love. Love is always there. No matter how we just sorry, raga. Here we not care. Rika Ring Rose. Blessings. Peeps. Take care. Friday. I'm out.
Teach them. Hey, yo, hello. Send the message and make it reach them. It's teach them. Right here. Warlord representing.